Hi all, my name is Jamie Lash and I'm going to walk you through a Pilates mat workout today. I started teaching 6 years ago through Balanced Body certification, but I have also trained through contemporary, classical, as well as creative styles of Pilates. So I'm going to incorporate all of those today to give you the best mat workout here. For your workout, I will also be using Vestra's equipment, which is going to include your ankle or wrist weights if you choose, as well as their free band, which can come light, medium, or heavy, so whatever you choose for your intensity, as well as a more restrictive band. So this will really add to your intensity, as well as make you more engaged. And then we will also use the ball, which will really help with stability, form, corrections, and on top of that, your ring as well, which you will see also add to intensity, even form help as well. And your last thing that you'll need is a Pilates mat. I am using the Vesstra mat today, which I love. So let's go ahead and get started. For your 15-minute Pilates mat workout today, I will be walking you through an abs series that is also beginner friendly. So I'll walk you through step by step. And for the start, I will be using a ring as well as these really cute ankle weights today. So go ahead and pop those on if you don't already have them. Grab your ring if you have it, and then start by lying down onto your mat and just roll your back onto the floor. Step your feet about hip distance apart here. Draw your heels somewhat close towards the backs of your thighs and begin to squeeze your arms straight. Small press into your ring, and you can roll your hips up just for a small bridge here. Freeze at the top. Inhale, roll your spine back down, and then set your tailbone last. Exhale as you curl yourself up, press into the backs of your heels. And as you roll down, imagine there's a bowl in your stomach, so get nice little wrinkles through the front of your shirt. We're gonna do this a few more times. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. And this is also to help activate the thighs, but we're also focusing on core control here. So as you pull the pelvis down, you're scooping the belly in, and exhale, tightening the waistline as you draw up. Freeze on this next lift. Go ahead and lift your hips, freeze at the top. Freeze your hips still as you slide one thigh straight. Squeeze your leg towards the end of your mat and then slowly slide your heel back to center. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Inhale as you straighten. Exhale as you press it back. And as you do this, the challenge is to freeze your hips very level and square. So if I put a plate on your hips, that plate would not rock or move here. Let's go ahead and squeeze one thigh out at a time. Last one here, left leg draws out long. Freeze your heels hip distance apart and give me tiny pulses through the top. And then as you do this, squeeze into thighs, but also start to breathe through your belly here. So tighten the belly button towards the spine. And we'll just do a nice hold at the top. Freeze here, press your palms into your ring. And we get to roll all the way back down in 3, 2, last one. Roll yourself down. Go ahead and ditch your ring. And then if you'll squeeze both thighs up to a nice tabletop position, lift your arms straight above your shoulders and begin to draw one thigh down at a time as you hold it in a nice bent position and lift. Inhale. As you squeeze it down, exhale, draw it back over your hip. We'll do this a few more times, and then hold your ribs nice and heavy onto the mat. So see how my torso stays really still here? And that's where that ab activation comes in. And let's switch just a few more times. Belly button is heavy once again, just like that plate is still on your stomach. Let's go one more, each side. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, exhale, lift. One more. Freeze both legs up. Can we add in the arms this time? So as you draw your right thigh down, send your left arm back, very slow, same pace. Exhale, lift everything back to center. Inhale, right arm, left leg. It's just as if we're doing a funny march on our backs here. And this is also to help keep the ribs nice and heavy and hold everything square. So we start to use that core work. And if you would like to make this more intense today, let's also try straight arm and leg. So send your right thigh all the way long, left arm is long, squeeze everything back to center, bend your thighs at the top. Sometimes I feel like a Lego character when I do this, but can we go full straight legs on both, and then send both arms back, slow to the floor, and exhale, squeeze everything back to center. Inhale to lower. Rib cage stays heavy, exhale, lift it back up. And if you feel that your rib cage starts to lift, just don't go down as far. So you could go halfway and exhale, drive back up. Another challenging option, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold that nice ab curl here to deepen that core work. Let's go a few more on this next one. If your abs and your shoulders are not tight, lift your shoulders up, freeze your abs right here, double leg stretch, squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Inhale, go ahead and reach your arms nice and long, big exhale, round your thighs in. Inhale as you extend, exhale, draw it all back together. Let's go 2 more times, get that nice tall lift off your shoulders, 1 more, big exhale to squeeze it all the way in here. Once you've taken that last hug, go ahead and grab your ball. And then once you have your ball, you're gonna lie back down onto your back. Send your ball on your right knee, and can you take your left leg all the way straight, send your left hand behind your ear, and draw your elbow on your left side to the ball here. So we're in a nice bicycle crunch. Send your opposite leg straight, this knee and your elbow stay frozen, open your right arm, and just draw your straight leg up and down, tiny little squeezes. Exhale at the top, inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Option to point the toes to get nice and active through the thighs. Can you squeeze your ball even more towards your elbow and your knee to tighten through your oblique? Let's go 3, 2, last 1. Hold your left leg long, pulse into your ball, squeeze your core and your oblique for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, set that down. If you want to hug your knees, go for it. But I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other side here so you can have a nice view. So you'll lie all the way back down. This time, your ball is on your left knee, right leg is straight. Take your right hand behind your ear and squeeze your elbow into your ball. Open your left hand and then squeeze your ball nice and tight. Lower your right thigh down. Exhale as you drive it back up. Let's go a few more times. Hold your hips nice and stable, and ribs are heavy once again. Exhale as you lift, tighten your ball, squeeze your knee. Let's go for just 3 more. You can point the toes once again. Last 2. Last 1, freeze right thigh all the way up, crunch into your ball, tiny pulses, ribs are heavy for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your ball. You can hug the knees in towards your chest real quick for a nice decompression. And then once you've done that, go ahead, stand up and walk onto all 4s here. So if you'll send your hands under your shoulders, and I actually want to add the ball to my knees this time. Draw your hands shoulder distance apart, knees are squeezed hip distance apart with your ball. Keep your shoulders frozen here. I just want you to round the toes underneath, tuck them, squeeze your thighs together and lift your hips off. Press through the core, inhale to lower back down. Exhale, tighten everything in the midline. Squeeze your shoulders away from your mat, hold your chin just a few inches from your chest so you look at the floor. I use my core to lift, front body is working here. On this next lift, can you freeze your knees off the mat, little pulses, drive through the belly button towards the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your knees down. And then once you've ditched your ball, go ahead and set it down. Walk your hands shoulder distance apart. Feet can stay shoulder distance apart. I want you to begin to lift just your left leg only. You can keep torso square to the floor. Freeze this here. Slowly lower your toe to the floor. Exhale, drive it back up. And then as you lift your thigh, you'll notice your core wants to work a little bit more here. That's okay. That means you're holding your belly button nice and tall, and it's stabilizing you. You can point or flex the foot depending on your work. I like to flex sometimes to get more back thigh work. On this next lift, freeze your left thigh up nice and tall, just your right thigh only this time. Squeeze it off the floor, set it down. 1 leg lower, 1 lift, 1 hover with your right knee here. So let's lower the left thigh down, lift it, hover your right knee off. So we're just combining these two movements. Don't forget to breathe. Let's go one more time. Lift your right knee, set it down. Freeze your left thigh nice and tall. Squeeze your right arm long. Roll your rib cage towards the sky, elbow to knee. Exhale, drive it tall. Inhale to tuck. Exhale to squeeze out nice and long. And then as you round your back, look at your knee. As you send your legs straight, look at the floor. 2 more times. Torso is nice and flat as you extend your thigh. Freeze here. Give me a tiny pulse up and down through the arm and thigh for 5. Lift your ribs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Option to take a child's pose here. Forehead to your mat. 1 more breath. Roll yourself back up. Meet me in that tabletop position. Draw your right thigh up this time. Just give me a toe dip down to the floor. Exhale, squeeze the back leg up towards the ceiling here. And then once again, you can point or flex your foot depending on the thigh work. I like to flex to target back thigh and glute. Squeeze shoulders away from ears. Stay nice and tall through your torso. Let's go 3 more kicks. 2, 1. Freeze it nice and tall. Curl your left toe under. Hover your left knee off. 1 lift. And then 1 leg lower. 1 hover. Lift your ribs. Inhale, lower back down. Freeze your shoulders in place. Drive through your core. Descend your torso up nice and tall. Let's go for just 2 more. Last one. You have 1 more hover. Lift your leg. Freeze your knee off. Roll it back down. Freeze your right leg all the way up behind you. Extend your left arm nice and tall. Big bird dog. Squeeze your knee towards your elbow and then inhale to drive forward. Exhale, crunch everything in. Inhale to extend. We go for 3 more. Freeze your torso square to the floor. Take 1 more and hold your leg and your arm long. Just a tiny pulse. Everything stays tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to take 1 more child's pose. Round your chin to your chest. 1 more breath. And once you've taken that nice deep breath, freeze your hands shoulder distance apart, shoulders over your arms. This time, walk your feet nice and long behind you, about hip distance apart. And can you bend your knees in like a frog? So spiral your thighs out to the side, press into your palms, look at the floor. Exhale, squeeze your thighs together, chest over your hands. Inhale, bend wide. Exhale, wrap the ribs tight. So your entire front body is working here. Your core is lifted, shoulders stay nice and strong. Front of thighs are active, especially as you squeeze back over. Give me 1 more bend and squeeze your chest all the way forward for a downward dog. Flatten your heels, extend your thighs to the ceiling, and flatten your chest, ears between biceps. Roll your heels up, toes are tall. Squeeze your chest over your shoulders. And then downward dog again. Stretch your back and back thighs. Inhale, roll yourself up. Exhale, squeeze it all back. Kind of like an upside down V here. Let's do this a couple more times. One more time. And then meet me with both knees on your mat, hip distance apart. Draw your hands forward, last child's pose. And take 3 big breaths. Last big breath. Peel yourself back up and meet me with your belly on the floor for a swan here. So you'll squeeze your legs straight, tuck your hands below your shoulders, look at the floor, and begin to straighten your arms out as you extend your chest off the mat. And you can take this very small range. It doesn't have to be very far off the ground. If you are flexible, you can press into your palms, stretch the front torso, and lift your arms towards the sky. Look at the ceiling. Inhale, you can slowly roll yourself down to your mat. And if you need more room while you're doing the swan, walk your hands forward slightly. Then you should have a little bit more space to press your arms straight and think of stretching the front of your torso here. Let's take one more swan. Roll yourself back down. And once you have finished that last swan today, you have finished your ab workout. Thank you so much for joining me and absolutely crushing it, and I hope to see you soon.